Are we really alone out there?
The universe is massive.
My brain feels tiny. Aliens visiting Earth can be terrifying. Our galaxy is called the Milky Way.
Billions of galaxies.
Why have we not found aliens yet?
Lack of evidence. Light travels incredibly fast.
That is mind-blowing.
Space is like a time machine.
They would see dinosaurs.
We are looking into the past.
The universe feels mysterious. Keep your eyes on the sky. Hello, I'm Jessica, and I'm here with Tom. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and thought, are we really alone out there? I mean, billions of stars, countless planets, and somehow it is just us sitting here with our coffee and our Wi-Fi passwords. That thought always makes my brain feel both tiny and huge at the same time.
I love that feeling. It is like your problems suddenly shrink because the universe is so massive. But at the same time, you start wondering if somewhere out there, another being is looking at the sky and asking the exact same question. That idea is both exciting and slightly terrifying.
Terrifying is such a good word. For our listeners, when we say terrifying, we mean something that makes you feel extreme fear. For example, you might say, it was terrifying to hear a strange noise in the middle of the night. And the idea of aliens visiting Earth can definitely be terrifying for some people.
Or thrilling. That is another great word. Thrilling means extremely exciting. Like, it was thrilling to travel to another country for the first time. The possibility of intelligent life in the universe is thrilling to me. It feels like the ultimate adventure.
So today on StoryOrbitEN, we are diving into one big question. Are we alone in the universe? And while we talk about that, we are going to introduce some space vocabulary so you can expand your English and your imagination at the same time.
I like that combination. English and imagination. So let's start simple. What do we even mean by the universe? The universe is everything that exists. All space, all time, all matter, all energy. It includes galaxies, stars, planets, black holes, and even us having this conversation.
And when we say galaxy, we are talking about a huge group of stars and space material that stay together because of gravity. Our galaxy is called the Milky Way. If you want to use it in a sentence, you could say, the Milky Way contains billions of stars.
Billions. That word is important. A billion is 1,000 million. When we say there are billions of stars in our galaxy, it already feels impossible to imagine. And here is the crazy part. There are billions of galaxies in the universe.
So, statistically speaking, it feels unlikely that we are completely alone. That word, statistically, means based on statistics, on numbers and probability. You might say, statistically, it is likely to rain in April in this city. So statistically, with so many planets, life somewhere else seems possible.
But possible does not mean proven. That is where science comes in. Scientists search for what we call extraterrestrial life. Extra means outside, and terrestrial relates to Earth. So, extraterrestrial life means life that exists outside Earth.
I love breaking down words like that because it makes them less scary. Extraterrestrial sounds complicated, but when you divide it into parts, it is easier. Another important word is exoplanet. An exoplanet is a planet that orbits a star outside our solar system.
When we say our solar system, we mean the system that includes our star, which is the sun, and all the objects that move around it because of gravity.
So imagine the sun at the center, like the heart of the system. Around the sun, there are 8 planets that orbit it.
The 8 planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
Let's explain orbit too. To orbit means to move around something in a circular path because of gravity. For example, the Earth orbits the sun, and you can even use it metaphorically. You could say, my thoughts orbit around that problem all day. It means your thoughts keep going back to it.
That is such a cool metaphor, and we are literally called StoryOrbitEN. So orbit is not just a space word for us, it is part of our identity. Just like the Earth orbits the sun, our conversations orbit around stories and English learning.
A comet is an icy object in space that forms a bright tail when it gets close to the sun.
I have always loved comets. They feel like cosmic travelers. And that word cosmic just means related to the universe. You could say they had a cosmic connection to describe something that feels huge and magical.
Now, let's get into the big question. If there are so many exoplanets, why have we not found aliens yet? This brings us to something called the Fermi Paradox. It is the idea that if life is probably common in the universe, why have we not seen any proof yet?
Lack of evidence is a useful phrase. It means there is no proof or not enough proof. For example, the police released a suspect due to lack of evidence. In our case, scientists have not found clear evidence of intelligent life beyond Earth.
But they are searching. There are telescopes that study distant stars and planets. A telescope is an instrument that makes faraway objects appear closer. And we also have radio telescopes that listen for signals from space.
Signals are another key word. A signal is a message or sign that carries information. When we talk about searching for alien signals, we mean looking for patterns in radio waves that might indicate intelligent communication.
Intelligent life would probably try to communicate in some way. Or maybe not. Maybe they are just observing us quietly.
Imagine that. Aliens observing us and thinking, what are they doing down there? Maybe they are confused by our reality shows. That idea is funny, but it also brings up the concept of advanced civilization. A civilization is a society with its own culture, technology, and social structure.
And advanced means highly developed. You could say Japan is known for its advanced technology. So an advanced civilization might have technology far beyond ours. They might travel between stars.
Which brings us to light years. A light year is not a measure of time, but a measure of distance. It is the distance that light travels in 1 year. Light travels incredibly fast, about 30,000 kilometers per second, which is roughly 186,000 miles per second. That is insanely fast. In just 1 second, light could travel around the Earth more than 7 times.
That is mind-blowing. When we say a star is 100 light years away, we mean its light took 100 years to reach us. So we are seeing the star as it was 100 years ago. That idea always makes me feel like we are looking into the past.
Imagine a star that is 1,000 light years away. The light we see today actually left that star 1,000 years ago. That means we are seeing it as it was in the Middle Ages.
Exactly. So space is like a natural time machine. When we look farther into space, we are also looking farther back in time. The farther away an object is, the older the light we receive from it.
Let's make it even more dramatic. Suppose there is a planet 65 million light years away from Earth. If intelligent beings on that planet had a super powerful telescope and looked at Earth right now, they would not see us. They would see dinosaurs.
That idea is wild. Because 65 million years ago, dinosaurs were still alive on Earth. So those aliens would see giant reptiles walking around, not cities, not cars, not humans with smartphones.
And here, we can use a useful structure. You could say, they would see dinosaurs. That is the second conditional. We use it to talk about imaginary or hypothetical situations. For example, if I won the lottery, I would travel the world. It is not real, but it is possible in imagination.
So we can say, if a civilization 65 million light years away looked at Earth, they would see dinosaurs. That sentence helps you practice conditional grammar and also think about space.
And it works the other way too. If there is a planet 10 light years away, and we are looking at it now, we are seeing it as it was 10 years ago. If something dramatic happened there 5 years ago, we would not know yet.
That is such an important concept. Space is not just distance, it is history. When we observe distant galaxies, we are actually seeing very old light. Some galaxies are millions or even billions of light years away.
Which means we are seeing them as they were billions of years ago when the universe itself was much younger.
So when you look at the night sky, you are not just looking out into space, you are looking back in time. And that makes the universe feel even more mysterious and beautiful, does it not?
Awesome! So if aliens exist far away, traveling to Earth would be extremely difficult. The distances are enormous. Enormous means very, very large. You might say, they built an enormous building in the city center.
Unless they have found a way to bend space and time. Now we are entering science fiction territory. Science fiction is a type of story about imagined future science and technology.
And that is where many people get their ideas about aliens, from movies, books, and TV shows. But real scientists focus on something more basic first, microbial life.
Microbial comes from microbe, which is a tiny living organism. A microbe is so small that you need a microscope to see it.
So instead of little green people, we might first find bacteria on another planet. And even that discovery would be revolutionary.
It would change our understanding of life completely. If we discovered life on Mars, for example, it would completely change science, religion, and philosophy.
Philosophy is the study of fundamental questions about existence, knowledge, and reality. And the question, are we alone, is a deeply philosophical one.
Let me ask our listeners something. When you look at the stars, do you feel hopeful or afraid? Think about that for a moment. Your emotional reaction says a lot about how you imagine the universe.
I feel hopeful. I think it would be beautiful to know we are part of a larger cosmic community. But I also understand the fear. The unknown can be unsettling. Unsettling means making you feel nervous or uncomfortable.
Yes, and the unknown is something we have not discovered or understood yet. Humans are curious by nature. By nature means naturally as a basic characteristic we want to explore.
Throughout history, humans have explored oceans, continents, and now space. Astronauts travel beyond Earth's atmosphere.
Some scientists talk about the habitable zone. That is the region around a star where conditions might allow liquid water to exist.
Habitable means suitable for living. For example, the apartment was small but habitable. Liquid water is considered essential for life as we know it.
That phrase is important. As we know it. It means according to our current understanding.
Life as we know it depends on water, carbon, and certain temperatures. But maybe alien life is completely different.
That possibility stretches the imagination. To stretch means to extend something. Here, we mean to expand our thinking. Maybe life could exist in extreme environments.
On Earth, we have extremophiles. These are organisms that live in extreme conditions, like very hot or very cold places.
So, if life can survive in such harsh environments on Earth, maybe it can survive on other planets or moons. Harsh means very difficult or severe.
There are moons like Europa and Enceladus that may have oceans under their icy surfaces. Europa is one of Jupiter's moons. Enceladus is a moon of Saturn.
But until we find direct evidence, the question remains open. To remain means to continue to be in a certain state. The mystery remains unsolved.
And maybe that mystery is part of the beauty. Humans love mysteries. They inspire stories, research, and dreams.
I want to teach one more expression here. To keep an open mind. It means to be willing to consider new ideas. When we talk about aliens, it is important to keep an open mind, but also to think critically.
Critically means carefully and logically, not just emotionally. For example, students should think critically about the information they read online. That applies to UFO stories too.
Ah, yes, UFOs. That stands for Unidentified Flying Object. Unidentified means not recognized or not known. But a UFO does not automatically mean aliens. It just means something in the sky that we cannot identify.
So let's bring it back to you, our listeners. Do you believe intelligent extraterrestrial life exists? Why or why not? Try to explain your opinion in English. It is great practice.
And think about the vocabulary we use today. Galaxy, exoplanet, orbit, habitable zone, evidence, civilization, light year, microbial, extremophile. Try to use at least 2 of these words in a sentence.
For example, you could say, I believe there are exoplanets in the habitable zone where microbial life might exist. See how natural that sounds? It is science and English together.
Before we finish, let's recap a few expressions. Lack of evidence means no proof. Keep an open mind means be willing to consider new ideas. As we know it refers to our current understanding.
And do not forget, terrifying, thrilling, enormous, and unsettling. These adjectives help you express emotions clearly. The universe is enormous and mysterious. The idea of aliens can be thrilling or terrifying.
So, are we alone? We honestly do not know, but asking the question connects us to scientists, philosophers, and dreamers around the world.
And maybe one day, we will receive a signal that changes everything. Until then, we keep looking up at the stars and learning new words in English.
Thank you for joining us on StoryOrbitEN. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep your eyes on the sky.
See you on the next episode of Story Orbit N. Bye!